in their teachings, the Andromedans say that they were taught that this universe was here for them. That they were left here and told it was their
Wow.
When they started traveling, they ran across other races, and they were able to conquer many of those races. And how they conquered those races was through genetic altering. Now, our government, the United States government, the world government, the New World, whatever you want to call it, wants to implant everybody.
Do you think what he is saying sounds credible or just a bunch of lies made for entertainment? Mind you, this was filmed in the 90s, and it has been almost 30 years since this was filmed. Put your idea in the comments below if this sounds credible or not. TikTok, this is for entertainment purposes only.
Extraterrestrials can't be bothered with that stuff. Those are toys. That's not permanent. You can always lose a hand. It can always burn out. You can always die. And extraterrestrials, they don't value gold or silver. They value genetics. So what they do is they will come in, conquer a race, and genetically alter it. And it is the genetics that they put inside these races that alters their frequency, their sound, their thoughts, everything about them. Apparently the Greys were much more human looking at one time. They, as a race, were captured approximately 893,000 years ago. According to Mornay, the first thing they did was they killed all of the women. The reason they do that is to control the birth process. And what they did was they started to genetically alter the women, the females of that race, so that all the children born after that were genetically altered.
Level with the American people here. Ukraine is not a paragon of democracy. This is a country that has banned 11 opposition parties. It has consolidated all media into one state TV media arm. That's not democratic. It has threatened not to hold elections this year unless the U.S. forks over more money. That is not democratic. More facts for you that you won't hear from the mainstream in either party or the mainstream media. Regions of Ukraine that are occupied by Russia right now in the Donbass, Luhansk, Donetsk. These are Russian-speaking regions that have not even been part of Ukraine since 2014. And other people probably couldn't name those provinces for you.
Do you agree with what he is saying? Could this entire war be a scam? Could Ukraine not actually be democratic, or is this guy spewing up made-up stories? Mind you, this was filmed on November of this year, so it's pretty recent. TikTok, this is for entertainment purposes only.
Those are the hard facts. And so to frame this as some kind of battle between good versus evil, don't buy it. And I'd like the likes of the sharpest of the war hawks on Ukraine, Nikki Haley, to have some accountability and answer. Do you want to use U.S. taxpayer money to fund the banning of Christians? That is actually what's happening. They're using the Ukrainian Orthodox Church. They have banned them. The Ukrainian Parliament just did this last week, supported by our dollars. And I think you owe it to the American people, Nikki, to at least this
Mr. Ramaswamy, thank you. That's time.
At least
Mr. Ramaswamy,
their
thank
banning
you.
of Christians.
Thing going on underneath Antarctica. Deep in the depths of Antarctica, there have been rumors floating around about a mysterious giant hole that exists as the entrance to another world. Well, you'll see. In the 1960s, a lone American aviator was flying solo in hopes of exploring a land beyond Antarctica when he encountered this hole. Without hesitation, he dived headfirst into the void, only to find a hidden civilization thriving beneath the planet's crust. This civilization was not only thriving, but in comparison, was advanced in more ways than one. However, when he returned to share his story, he was quickly disavowed by the FBI, and his testimony soon became a legend that slowly vanished from public perception. Even though his original journal documents in detail his trip down the hole. You are being lied to because no one has ever been in space. Let me explain. Some propose a theory that suggests space exploration has never happened due to a concealed barrier enveloping our planet. Beyond this barrier, they propose there's no open space or vacuum. Instead, there's water. It may seem far-fetched, but in 1962, the U.S. government detonated several nuclear bombs in the atmosphere, officially as a test of how the atmosphere responds to such explosions, as they want us to believe. However, some argue that they were, in fact, trying to breach this invisible barrier. Interestingly, this project was named Operation Fishbowl. This theory gains support from the observation that many have noticed stars appearing to shimmer or twinkle, as if seen through a liquid substance, when observed with the naked eye or through a camera. Enthusiasts of rocketry have also pointed out that the rockets we've launched seem to encounter an unseen ceiling, producing an effect akin to what you'd witness in water. Share your thoughts in the comments.
What's Trump trying to say? To your 87 million followers, a conspiracy theory that Joe Biden orchestrated to have SEAL Team 6, the Navy SEAL Team 6, killed to cover
predictions, or should we say plans, for 2023 are downright chilling. In an episode from 1998, the show hinted at an economic crisis, nuclear war, and the death of the leader of the United States, all happening in the same year. The episode in question, titled Bart to the Future, shows a glimpse into the future where Lisa Simpson has become the President of the United States. In a conversation with her staff, Lisa mentions the previous administration, headed by President Biden, left behind a budget crunch and quite a bit of a mess. Later in the episode, a news broadcast reports on a nuclear skirmish with an unspecified country, leading to mass destruction and chaos. While the idea of a nuclear war and economic crisis is frightening enough,
Not the right year to start a family, is it? No. Not the right year to get engaged, is it? No. Not the best year to have a baby, is it? No, it isn't. The fact of the matter is, if you want to basically think this is all fun and games, and, this guy's a moron. What's that old saying? Fuck around and find out. And what's going to happen is you're going to make the biggest mistake of your life. If you come across this information and refuse to accept it, you're just digging your own grave.